Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit and another episode of What Are We Eating? A couple weeks ago, I went over the Fast Bites cheeseburger and barbecue chicken sandwich. Neither were very pleasant. The top buns were chewy, the bottom buns were hard, the meat was like your kitchen sponge, and the cheese was like hardened goo. So why on earth would I want to try more Fast Bites product? Am I a glutton for punishment? Am I not really that bright? Or is it because they're only $1 each? I really don't know why I picked up Fast Bites sausage and cheese and chicken biscuits, but I did and I gave them a try. So let's see if this experience went better than the first one. I tried the sausage and cheese biscuit first. They describe it as a pork sausage patty and cheese product on a biscuit. The word patty in this case I feel is appropriate, but I do not like the term product after cheese, especially after my last experience with their cheese product. So let's get started with the ingredients. 16 ingredients to make a biscuit. I think our mothers and grandmothers would have something to say about that. Lots of things I can't pronounce, and I don't even know what they are. Onto the pork patty, and of course, we know it's not all pork. Do you really think it was? But there's no textured vegetable protein. Yay! But there's whey protein concentrate instead. If you're like me, you're probably wondering, what is whey protein concentrate? Well, it's the cheapest and most common form of whey protein. A byproduct of cheese production and is a common bodybuilder supplement used to increase dietary protein intake. So maybe we'll bulk up like Arnold after eating this. Then you get to another long list of ingredients for the rubbery cheese product. Yummy! Now for the nutrition facts, and nothing here should really shock anyone. We all knew it was garbage, so they are what they are. Eat at your own risk. However, I will point out one thing. I was going to point out two things, one being the sodium, which is ridiculously high, but a sausage and cheese biscuit from McDonald's has even more sodium at 1,250 milligrams. The one thing I am pointing out is the trans fats, which are notorious with processed foods. And they raise your bad LDL cholesterol levels and lower your good HDL cholesterol levels. Eating trans fats increases your risk of developing heart disease and stroke. It's also associated with a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. With all the garbage in this biscuit, you'd think it would last an eternity, but no, not really that long. When I pulled it out of the box, I was impressed with the size of the biscuit. Look at it compared to my fat hand. So I heated up the biscuit according to the directions on the box. I know some of you who eat these sandwiches more often have special ways to heat them that makes the bread better, but for the purpose of the video, I want to follow the instructions. Because after all, the manufacturer wouldn't steer us wrong, would they? Once the biscuit was heated, we were already off to a much better start than the previous Fast Bite sandwiches. The biscuit felt soft and the cheese melted much better. The sausage smelled really good, and I was a little happy to see some grease at the bottom of the biscuit. That tells me there's a decent amount of pork in the sausage. That doesn't mean it's quality pork though, but it's pork. And it shrunk a bit as well. That's another good sign. Then it was time for a bite, so I closed my eyes and said a quick prayer. The biscuit itself was decent. Not great, but for a frozen biscuit, it was good. A little on the doughy side though, but you could actually taste the sausage as well. It had a nice spiciness to it. And it definitely had a better texture than the previous Fast Bite sandwiches. This definitely had more meat in it. And the cheese product, well, it was typical cheese product. Then I tried the chicken biscuit, and as you can tell, this part of the video was shot with a new camera, so I apologize for the change mid-video. They describe the chicken biscuit as breaded chicken patty on a biscuit. In this instance, the term patty really bothers me. It should be a piece of chicken, not a patty. But let's move on before I go into another rant and upset more people. Again, we have the same plethora of ingredients as the sausage biscuit. Then here's where I get irritated, but I've taken my meds today, so I'll be okay. Breaded chicken breast fillet shaped with rib meat. Who comes up and creates this crap? I didn't see any type of protein filler, but you can bet there's a good amount of bleached wheat flour doing the same thing the textured vegetable protein would be doing. The good thing though, there's no cheese product on this one. All the nutrition facts are lower, but there's still the heart-stopping trans fat. It has the same relatively short shelf life as a sausage biscuit, and it was indeed another impressive sized biscuit. Fast Bites is obviously trying to kill us as quickly as possible. Smaller biscuits would take longer. So again, I heated it up according to the directions on the box. And once again, the biscuit came out perfect, and this one smelled even better than the sausage. I'm not sure how they did this one, but the coating on the chicken was nice and crisp. Interesting. I don't know why I felt the need to cut this in half, but I did. But the bigger question is, why didn't I use the plasticine to cut it? You can certainly see there's a highly processed concoction of meat and fillers in there. But after tasting it, I was pleasantly surprised. Shocked is a better word. It was actually pretty good and had a good flavor. But the chicken on its own, you definitely got that spongy feeling in your mouth. Not very pleasant. And the biscuit on this one was perfect. It was nice and light and fluffy. It wasn't soggy like the one on the sausage biscuit. So from a flavor standpoint, both biscuits were okay. They did have a pretty good flavor. The biscuits were soft and tender. They didn't get hard like the previous sandwiches. But the texture on the meat on both of them is still a little bit funky. So from a flavor standpoint, I'd probably give them both a 5 out of 10. But from a health standpoint, both of them get a 0 from me. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you do not give these a try. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.